When Melissa landed the new job, I thought it was fate smiling on us. After years of watching her grind through routines that dulled her spark, she finally had something that reignited it. Marketing director, she said proudly that morning, lifting her coffee like a medal. I kissed her forehead and told her how proud I was. And I meant it. For a while, everything felt right. She came home late sometimes, tired but glowing, filled with stories about new clients and big launches. I didn't mind the hours. Success takes sacrifice. But soon something shifted. The thrill in her voice turned hollow, distant. Her laughter wasn't for me anymore. It drifted somewhere else, from behind her glowing phone screen. The small changes came first. A new perfume I'd never smelled before. A password on her phone. Conversations thinning out until silence filled the spaces where love used to live. She used to share everything, office gossip, random thoughts, what she had for lunch. Now, it felt like I was living beside a stranger, wearing my wife's smile. One night, close to midnight, I heard the door ease open. She didn't expect me to be awake. She slipped off her heels, moving quietly past the living room. "Melissa," I whispered. She froze. "Hey," she said quickly, clutching her purse. "Late meeting, client in another time zone." Her tone was casual, but her eyes betrayed her. That night, I couldn't sleep. Every vibration from her phone felt like a secret pulsing through the dark. The next morning, while she showered, I did something I'm not proud of. I checked her purse. Inside was a receipt from a rooftop bar 2 towns away, 2 glasses of wine, a charcuterie board, 1 dessert. The date matched the night she said she was working late. Something inside me fractured quietly. For 2 days, I said nothing. Tried to convince myself there was another explanation. But once suspicion takes root, it grows like ivy, slow, suffocating. I called my friend Daniel, who works in security. "You know a good private investigator?" I asked, my voice trembling. He hesitated. "You sure you want to go down that road, Nate?" I paused too, but the truth was already walking toward me. A day later, I met Rob, the investigator. A calm, older man. "I deal in facts," he said, "not comfort." I respected that. For a week, I lived in quiet torment. Melissa came home late every night, her lies rehearsed and practiced. I played along, keeping my face steady while my heart disintegrated. On the 7th night, Rob called. "You might want to sit down." My stomach turned to stone. "She's seeing someone."
Same guy.
Different places. Same car picking her up. The world stilled. The hum of the fridge. The rain against glass. My heartbeat echoing in my ears. I asked the question no man wants to ask but already knows the answer to. "You sure it's not business?" He sighed. "I'm sorry, Nate. I've got photos." Everything inside me went cold. Every memory, every kiss, every "I love you," replayed like a cruel joke. The story I thought we were writing together had already ended. I just hadn't been told yet. That night, I sat at our kitchen table, staring at the empty chair across from me, wondering how love could turn into deception without making a single sound. The next morning, the photos arrived in my inbox. I didn't want to open them, but pain and curiosity make ruthless partners. There were 5 pictures. Melissa leaving her office. Melissa laughing beside a tall man in a navy suit. Her hand on his arm as they crossed the street. And the last one, the one that hollowed me out, her kissing him before slipping into his car. I stared until the image blurred. It wasn't just betrayal I saw. It was comfort, a quiet, practiced intimacy. The woman who once looked at me that way now looked at someone else the same. I didn't confront her right away. I wanted control, not chaos. If my marriage was ending, it would end on my terms. That evening, I made dinner, her favorite lemon pasta with garlic butter. She looked startled when she walked in. "What's this?" she asked, setting down her bag. "Thought we could eat together," I said. My voice was calm. Too calm. We ate mostly in silence. I studied her face between bites, how she avoided my eyes, how her smile looked rehearsed, how her phone kept lighting up beside her. I used to know every meaning behind her expressions. Now, I didn't recognize any of them. After dinner, she went to shower. Her phone buzzed on the counter. I didn't touch it. I didn't need to. When she came back, I asked, "Are you happy?" She froze mid-step. "What kind of question is that?" "A real one," I said. "You used to laugh with me, talk to me. Now you come home late, hide things, pretend everything's fine. So I'll ask again. Are you happy, Melissa?" She crossed her arms. "Work's been stressful, Nate. You're overthinking." I nodded slowly. "Maybe. But stress doesn't smell like cologne that isn't mine." Her face went pale. "What are you implying?" I didn't answer. I walked to my laptop and turned the screen toward her. The photo of her and that man glowed beneath the kitchen light. Silence swallowed the room. Her voice cracked. How did you?" "I hired someone," I said quietly, "because I wanted to be wrong. I needed proof that my gut was lying to me. But it wasn't." She stammered, trembling. "It's not what it looks like." "It never is," I replied. Tears welled in her eyes. "It just happened. He listens to me, Nate. He makes me feel seen. You've been distant." I laughed once, dry, empty. "I've been distant because you left before you ever packed your bags." Her tears came harder, but something in me had already shut off. There's a moment when empathy runs out, and all that's left is truth. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I didn't mean for it to go this far." "Yeah," I said, meeting her eyes. "None of us ever mean to destroy what we promised to protect." I didn't yell. I didn't throw anything. I just walked to the closet, grabbed a small suitcase, and started packing. She followed, crying, begging, promising to fix it. But you can't fix something once you've seen it from the outside. When I zipped the bag, I looked at her one last time. "You know what hurts the most? Not the betrayal. It's how easily you got used to it." I left that night and checked into a small motel outside town. The air was cold but cleaner than what I'd been breathing for months. In the days that followed, she called, then texted, then stopped. Maybe she found comfort in the same arms that ended us. I didn't check. Weeks later, I met Rob to settle the payment. "You handled it better than most," he said. "Maybe," I replied. "But there's no good way to lose the person you thought was forever." He nodded and handed me an envelope. "You might want this." Inside was one last photo, Melissa, sitting alone at the same rooftop bar. No man, no laughter, just her staring into a half-empty glass. For a moment, I felt something close to pity. Then I folded the picture and walked away. People say closure comes with forgiveness. I don't think so. Closure comes when you stop trying to understand someone else's choices. I don't hate her. I don't even wish her pain. I just hope one day she realizes what she traded for temporary attention. Because what I gave her wasn't flawless, but it was real. And in a world full of temporary people, being real is the rarest thing you can give.